Okay, good evening and welcome to the Thursday, July 13th, 2023 regular meeting of the Walnut Creek Planning Commission. At this time, I'll ask our Commission Secretary, Andy Smith, to please call the roll.
Commissioner Reiser,
Here.
Commissioner Needing,
Here.
Commissioner Lezak,
Here.
Commissioner Anderson,
Here.
Vice Chair Strongman,
Here.
and Chair Ward.
Here.
And Commissioner Pickett is absent tonight, but we have a quorum with 6.
Thank you. All right, next up on our agenda is the consent calendar, and I'd like to confirm that we have none.
That is correct.
Excellent. All right, so that brings us to item 3, which is public communications. Public communication portion of the meeting is reserved for comment on items not on the agenda. Under the Brown Act, the Commission cannot act on items raised during public communications, but may respond briefly to statements made or questions posed, request clarification, or refer the item to staff. So just to reiterate, it's the time for comments on things other than the Mercedes application that's on the agenda. And I'd like to repeat my previous comments regarding inappropriate remarks that are made at public meetings. I want to remind everyone that not all speech is protected. It's not an absolute right, and I do not tolerate or allow hate speech of any kind during public comment or any comment at any time during a meeting that I chair. It has no place in our community, and I will not allow it. So, are there any public people from the public who would like to comment?
And I would note, we actually have one attendee on Zoom who's attending via phone, so if that person wishes to speak, would ask that they dial *9 if they would like to address the commission on any item not on tonight's agenda. And it does not look like they are doing that.
Okay, so seeing no one in the chambers or online, I guess we'll move on to our next item, which is item 4, public hearings. We have one scheduled today. I'd like to start by asking if any member of the commission has had any ex-parte communications related to items on the agenda. All negative nods. Thank you very much. So let's move forward. I guess the staff presentation is next. Thank you.
One second. Okay, here we go. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Gerardo Victoria. I'm an assistant planner in the Community Development Department. The project before you today is a special use permit application Y23047 for Mercedes-Benz of Walnut Creek temporary vehicle storage. The project address is located at 1910 North Broadway. It is the former DMV site. As you can see here on the aerial map, Arroyo Way fronts it, and North Broadway is to the north of it. It's 3 parcels, approximately 1.56 acres. The project is a special use permit for a temporary off-site vehicle storage for up to 120 vehicles for a period of up to 24 months. The previous special use permit expired this year on February 23rd, 2023. The property address at 1910 North Broadway has an active application to develop a multi-family housing project. The applicant, Leah Lenore, could not be here this evening. She is located in North Carolina. The Mercedes-Benz General Manager, Jason Viscara, is in attendance, and he's available for questions after the presentation. This is the proposed site plan for the project. As you can see, Arroyo Way is located right here, and North Broadway is right here. There are 3 entrances to the lots. One is located here that has a gate, but it is closed. The other entrance is located off North Broadway right in this location that also has a gate, but that's been closed. And the gate that is going to be used to access the lot is located right here. So special use permits have the same findings as conditional use permits, plus 1 additional special use permit finding. The standard findings under a conditional use permit are it's consistent with the general plan, the specific plan, and the underlying zoning district that it's located in, that it will not be detrimental to the public health, safety, and welfare of the community, and any specific findings required by the zoning district. The one special use permit finding is that the use provides a necessary service to the community. Staff analysis is that the site is compatible with the proposed use. The neighborhood is compatible with the proposed use. And that the applicant maintain the property in an orderly use and in its appearance also. And I'll more of that in a second. The recommended conditions of approval are that the vehicles must be stored in an orderly manner. If you see the bottom left-hand picture, that they are stored in an orderly manner. The drop-off and pickup are to occur on the site at 1910 North Broadway. The site be maintained free of weeds, trash, and debris. As a side note, I visited the site earlier this afternoon, and there was a maintenance truck on the site performing such maintenance. And also, Mercedes-Benz shall not use car alarms to locate the vehicles on the site. So at number 4 specifically, a bit of a housekeeping item. The draft resolution that was originally sent out did not have this condition of approval, but that has been since passed to all the commissioners as well as uploaded to the city website. The findings for a conditional use permit that it must be consistent with the general plan, specific plan, and the underlying zoning district. It will not be detrimental to the public health, safety, and welfare. Any specific findings required also by the zoning district. And the finding for a special use permit is that the use provides a necessary service to the community. Provide support for the Mercedes-Benz dealership located at 1301 Parkside, is that correct? Yeah. It utilizes a current property. It's compatible with its location. The economic use, while the property owner pursues a mixed-use entitlement. And the traditional auto dealerships require inventory that is not typically accommodated on the actual dealership site. So staff recommends to move to approve the special use permit application Y23047, subject to conditions of approval for a period of 24 months. And I am available for questions or comments.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from commissioners? Commissioner Reiser.
Just a really quick question, I'm sure it'll be asked, but the last time this was before this body, we asked such questions as, it was the same thing with just the gates and whatnot. Are you going to put up a fence? Is there going to be any lighting and concerns of security and people wandering the lot and things like that? Totally fine with it. I haven't personally seen anything. I live downtown. I pass it all the time. Have there been any incidents of either vandalism, theft, break-in, anything like that? Just
Not that I am aware of. If Planning Commissioner Secretary, if Andrew Smith, are you aware of any such incidences?
I'm not, but the applicant may be able to speak to that.
okay. Very good.
Okay. There are, proposed lighting is not part of this project. Only one gate will be used for, to access the lot.
Got it. Great presentation, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, and as a side note, the applicant did say that they will only use the site 10 visits per day, and 2 of those visits will be to open the gate and close the gate.
Got it. Thank you.
Commissioner Lezak?
Just for, I suppose, curiosity, what was the concern that triggered the additional condition of approval relative to using the car alarms to find the vehicles? Was that triggered by like an actual complaint from someone in the neighborhood, or is it just something that seemed appropriate relative to the site?
Yeah, the Community Development Department did receive some calls from the folks at the Arroyo Apartments regarding car alarms, staff personnel at the dealership trying to locate the vehicles. So that's why we included it this time.
And other than maybe complaints related to that particular item, are there any other I mean, we mentioned we don't believe that there's any other incidences of vandalism, but any other complaints other than that?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
If I may, Madam Chair, I also to add, and Mr. Victoria can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this project, or this application was actually referred to the police department just as a matter of due business course. Am I
Correct, yes.
Correct, yeah, and so they at least did not note that there had been any such incidents.
Great, thank you. Anybody else? Vice Chair Strong.
Just a quick question. Has Mercedes indicated how they're going to find cars without doing the alarms going down the road?
I think the applicant can answer that question.
Okay, we'll wait for that then. Thank you. Very good presentation.
Thank you.
All right, seeing no further questions, now's the time the applicant can come up and do your presentation if you would like.
Hello, thank you for having me. Mr. Victoria did such a great presentation. I don't have anything prepared, but I am prepared to answer any questions you all may have.
Okay, I think a couple questions were asked about whether there were complaints or vandalism, police incidents, or any issues with
We've had
it.
some minor stuff, but nothing noteworthy. You know, luckily the cars all have tracking systems, so they're not really a target for theft. And we have several lots that we're holding cars at that don't have fences, so we haven't had anything noteworthy.
Excellent. Okay, does anybody else have any questions for the applicant?
I'll ask my question of how, since you can't use the alarms anymore, how are you going to find the cars?
Using the alarms is one way. It's not the most efficient way, and it's not friendly to our neighbors. So we discussed it, and Lily, our new car manager, who came tonight as well, we organized the cars by color and model. So there's only so many, and we gave the staff a map, so they know exactly where to go, and the color of the car is on the tags. They can quickly find the car that way. It's actually quicker this way.
Okay, it appears we have no further questions for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so I need to ask if any members of the public wish to provide public comment on this item at this time.
And I will note, we no longer have anybody attending via phone, but we do have somebody attending through normal Zoom. So I'd ask if they're interested in providing comment that they press the raise hand button, please. And it does not look like they are.
Okay, so usually this would be the time when I'd invite the applicant back up to address anything that happened at public comment or beyond, and I'll give you this opportunity, although it seems like there's nothing further we need to know. Excellent. All right, thank you. So I'm going to close the public hearing and bring it back to the commission for any comments, questions, deliberation, or possibly a motion.
Happy to make the motion. I move to approve the resolution pertaining to Mercedes-Benz of Walnut Creek Temporary Vehicle Storage Special Use Permit Application Y23047.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Andy, can you please record the vote?
And just for the record, I would just want to ask the motioner and seconder that that does include the additional condition of approval in the amended recommendation from staff?
Yes, so it was what I was reading from, but yes,
Yes.
The updated version.
the updated version, yes.
Okay, great, thank you. So, let me- Okay, Commissioner Reiser,
Yes.
Commissioner Needing,
Yes.
Commissioner Lezak,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Strongman,
Yes.
and Chair Ward.
Yes.
And the motion carries 6-0.
Great. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you for the presentation and comments. We appreciate it. All right, so at this time, I'd like to move on to agenda item number 5, commission considerations.
And we have no items tonight.
Okay. And that brings us then to item number 6, commission member and staff reports or announcements. Anybody? No takers? All right, well, my dad turned 87 on Monday, so I'd like to wish him a very happy birthday. But other than that, I have nothing else, so. Uh-oh, now we're all diving in. Okay.
My daughter, my oldest daughter, is starting kindergarten.
All right, anybody else? This is your big chance.
My son's going to be starting junior high, which I can't believe.
All right.
Do
Bocce
actually-
team didn't make finals in league, so we're out.
Things are going well for us. I really appreciate that.
I do actually have just one quick note, so that you won't be expecting quite such a short meeting the next time. We will be, but it'll be a very fun and interesting meeting coming up on July 27th. We will be bringing having a study session for our work on a permanent SB 9 ordinance. SB 9, as you'll recall, is a state law that was passed, I think, 2 years ago now, that effectively allows up to 4 dwelling units on single-family lots. We have a local ordinance that's in the form of an interim urgency ordinance that will be expiring at the end of the year. So we're now working, and we have a consultant on board as well for preparing a permanent ordinance. And the study session will be providing information on what the state law requires and what it allows us to do, and we'll be seeking input from the commission as to what should or should not be contained in the local regulations, because we can't do less than what's required of us, but we can do more. So I just wanted to let you know.
Excellent. I'm sure that's going to be really, as you said, very interesting, and it's very complicated. So we'll look forward to your support and feedback on that. All right, if there's nothing further, then at this time, the Planning Commission meeting is adjourned at 6:16. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.